Hello and welcome to Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Khalid Hijris, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Unique metallic sculptures and wonderful painted skylines are showcased at the talented artist, Mr. Niju Joy's exhibition at Bahrain Financial Harbour as part of his Eclectic Journey. It is our pleasure to welcome him here at the studio. Mr. Niju Joy, who will talk to us about his paintings as well as the challenge of working with solid metals to form models that reflect the cultural and artistic features of his art formations. Welcome, how are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely well, Mr. Khalid.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, I'd like to start by asking you, how did the passion for this artistic journey of painting and metal sculpting start?
Thank you once again for welcoming me to your studio. Like from the young age, I was very fascinated with art. But the form of art was later on decided what will be the specific one. But from a younger age, like other children in school, I started with coloring the pages, which the teacher usually taught us. Unless and until by the class 4th, we got a very good teacher, art teacher, who was different from others. Like he doesn't want the normal things to be taught to the students. So basically he was into still lifes. So he gave us a plate of fruits and vegetables kept on the table and started developing our skills with that. So that was the basic, like a turning point as a young student or the young child to grow up into until now. So after that, due to his inspiration, I started doing other things, like I never used to buy greeting cards from the greeting card shop. What I used to do is go and buy some chart paper, white color chart papers, and using poster colors, I try to do myself greeting cards, and maybe sometimes it's a greeting for birthdays, and sometimes it's for other occasions like that. So people started appreciating that kind of work. Then when I grew a little more older, so then I started using colors. Before it was pencil sketches and small greeting cards. So later on when I grew up, I started using acrylic paints and doing small sizes of paintings. So during all this way of life, I thought that why not to do something different. So it was from my younger skills that I was very fascinated with the waste products, which can be recycled or reused in future. So I started collecting some materials. I did a lot of artworks with scrap, but that was not the metal. Sometimes the can of a milk can, or sometimes plastic bottles, or the price tags of clothings, something. So I started recycling that one. Later on, I developed a skill that why not to paint my own shirts. So I started using fabric colors to paint on my own shirts, and I started wearing that. So what I'm talking is like when I was studying in class 10th or class 12th, it was something like that. Then after my studies, I chose engineering field. So during that time, when it was during the 80s or the 90s, we don't have softwares like AutoCAD or something like that where we can do through computers. So where we were exposed to do manually by hand all the engineering drawings. So there I got the skills of engineering skills and how to do it in scale and other things. So this is the basic journey of coming into this field. But during the COVID, like everyone, I got an opportunity to develop myself. I had got a lot of time during that time. So I thought, why to sit idle, and why not to do something. So then I started designing myself and adapting myself to the scrap metal sculptures as well. So as an engineer, I have worked in many companies, so I have got that engineering skills. But working on others' firm, we cannot experiment it. Like there's a cost involvement. So after a certain period of time, I thought, why not to start my own firm? So as an entrepreneur, I started a mechanical engineering firm with a lot of fabrication works. So wherein I got chances that a lot of things come from the site as scrap metal or which can be used for other projects. Giving it to scrap, it was not like meaningful to me. As a creative artist, I thought, why not to develop the skills to shape those scrap metals into a perfect shape of sculptures, which will be like ideal to display at small places, and it will be handy to carry it also. So basically this was my journey from the beginning until now. So, and in Bahrain I am inspiring a lot of people with my artworks. So really people are liking actually the books.
They're definitely very beautiful, and I like the idea that you managed to take something like scrap metal or any kind of waste product and basically give it life anew. And now, what would you say are the main themes or the main inspirations behind your work?
I basically do both of the works, like I do sculptures and paintings as well. In paintings, I like mostly the landscapes and the seascapes. So most of my works will be landscape and seascapes, but I'm into abstracts also. I always have a tendency, why not to try different things? Rather than limiting to a specific form of artwork, it's always my ambition, or like I always think, why not to experiment with new things? So during the experiments, we learn a lot of things. Like as I am a self-taught artist, I have not gone to any art colleges, but keep on working on something new always gives you an inspiration to do something new. So always there is an expense related to it, but any person who wants to inspire himself, he has to love himself first. So that's the basic thing. So I love myself and I love my artwork. So when you grow into that situation, you hopefully will try something new. So this is my experience which I mean is specifically I am not stick to any of the form of art. I try to do more of experiments on different things and do my own composition. Most of the people, they copy the artworks, and even I go to Mahork area and Hith area to click some pictures to do something else. But even if I click the pictures also, I try to put my composition in it to look it different, not exactly the same as picture. So these are the things or the form of artworks I usually follow with these things.
Brilliantly said. And you know, I get a lot of inspiration looking at this stuff, and it's really cool to see how you also have very different styles as well. I mean, these metal sculptures are totally different to this very beautiful, very unique depiction of, is this a Bahrain, is this Manama?
This is imitating a Manama thing, but in abstract form.
It's almost like they're being, they've gone kind of sideways, and I really like that. It's given some movement to it as well. Yeah. Now, is there any specific message or anything that you intend for people to take away when they're looking at your art?
Actually, looking into my art, people, they will definitely find something new. So that's the basic thing. In everyday today's life, we go through a lot of people. We meet a lot of people. We go through a lot of places. So every place inspires me as much as it's like coming to me itself. That means I can relate myself to those things. For example, if I meet today some new people, definitely there will be a bonding between us. We will share something, we'll find something new. So all these things are my inspirations to definitely form a new form of art. So it doesn't mean that only the people. Sometimes if I go for an early morning walk, the nature may inspire us. Or if I go to the seashore, may the waves will inspire me. So inspiration is definitely one thing which has to be taken in our life to move positively towards our ambition or whatever the form we are doing. But we have to keep on working like very hard to achieve that. But if you have a passion, the pain which we are putting in our hobby or what we call our art forms, it will definitely show in future, because every art form you do in some different way, it always give an inspiration to others or a peace to the heart of other peoples. Yeah, this is the thing.
Brilliantly said. And for you as an artist, what are your main tools of the trade?
For me as an artist, like when I do paintings, I try different types of brushes, different mediums, and yeah, of course, different. Sometimes it will be canvas, sometimes on wood. So basically, as a creative person, what I always think in my mind is, if you can see something inside your mind, and you'll definitely get an image of it inside your mind. And I try to give that image a form, physical form, in all of my artworks. This is the basic idea which I follow. But certain cases, maybe we will be having lack of resources. So I try to find such resources to give that shape and form. Maybe it's not possible with everyone to do that, but I have a facility where I have my own welding and fabrication workshop. So other than painting, I have wonderful welders or the fabricators who can give a real shape to my thoughts. So as a part of inspiration to them also, after their working hours, I usually give them overtime to develop their skills also, put into this fabricating of these sculptures. So they put their ideas and a mix of my idea. You can see the wonderful pieces which is on the table. So the tools and equipments which we use for sculpting will be the scrap metals. So we have a big bucket with a lot of scrap metals and balance pieces from the site works. So these welders, they do with the welding machines, they grind it off. And the most important things, these are very small sizes, which gives an elegant look to all the interiors. Plus it's handy to carry. Anyone can carry when even if he travels, and take it to different places of the world. So my intention is to cover up the 3R cycle, which is for the environment, like to reduce, reuse and recycle the waste products. So this is the thing I'm trying to implement, like not to throw exactly to the scrap yard where the people, they will just take away this thing, but if you convert it to beautiful pieces, you can decorate your home as well.
Brilliantly said. And again, I'm just in awe of the fact that you've managed to work in as well sustainability into your art, and you've managed to do so in such a beautiful way. And now can you tell us a little bit about, like, what were the stages of becoming a self-taught artist?
Stages like during my young age, financially we were a little poor, not exactly like a middle class family. So investing on something in terms of money or something was very difficult for me. So I limited myself doing with what I have or what we get from the wastages. But when I started my career as engineer and started working in companies, of course we get some remuneration or the money or the salary of what we have. So as I was very aware that I have to come up with my passion. So I always try to keep some amount or some money to spend on art forms, so that I can build up my, like, not maybe exactly like the career, but future. Of course I would like to die as an artist. My final ambition would be to, not in the sense of making a good fame or name in the country or as a person, but people should know me with my thinking, the positive thinking and the inspiration which I spread around among other artists. And other than that, I also go to schools also for different events like awareness on autism, and some artworks also, demo classes also. And we are a lot into exhibitions also, organizing exhibition, curating exhibitions. So I'm just not the one. We have a team of artists who used to do the exhibitions. So multiple exhibitions has been attended, and the position I reached here is not alone by myself. I have a lot of artists. After the COVID, in the social media, I met a sister, one of my sister and friend. Her name is Aina Mary, and she was the one, because before to that I was having limited paintings, just maybe 2, 3, 5. When we started the conversation, we get so close that she was the one to bring me up, motivate me, and she made an opportunity for me to participate with an exhibition in Dana Mall, which was related to some environment theme. So there I displayed one of my paintings. So that was the start or the beginning for my artistic journey in Bahrain. So I am very thankful to her for creating that wonderful opportunities. So after that, it was unstoppable for me. I participated in a lot of exhibitions with other artists. So one of the artists, my friend Mr. Sudeep Deshpande, who's also been interviewed here, and a lot of other eminent artists are there, one Mr. Anil Sharma. And I have been, like, these sculptures are now spreading all over Bahrain. With, like, you can find these sculptures in the collections of Mr. Abbas Al-Masawi. Also his gallery is also having this kind of sculptures, and definitely a lot of other artists have also bought this one. All this journey has been covered so nicely. I feel blessed meeting so much of artists in this journey. A lot of female and male artists, expatriate artists, Bahraini artists. So it always inspires each other in the form of art and this thing. Yeah.
In general, what is the experience of being an artist in an exhibition like? Like, how do you feel when you go to an exhibition as an artist?
In exhibition as an artist, people know me as a person who always have stood behind them for the art forms. Maybe not in other events or something, but in every exhibition, people have found me very active, participating in exhibition. When I meet a very competent artist, I feel so blessed. Like, it's not like a comparison. Everyone have different forms of art, and everyone is unique with their artworks. So when I go to an exhibition, so I more than as an artist, I really go into the details and the techniques what they would have implemented. So as an engineering person, I go to the details as well. So it's a learning experience for me, and yeah, for every exhibition there is always something to learn, new thing, new techniques, maybe new artist, or some new person we are meeting on that day particularly. So it always inspires me for different exhibitions. Yeah, some exhibitions are only for the ladies, where we see a lot of things inspiring for empowering women. Sometimes we go for an art exhibition which is done by autistic childs or special childs. So it's like sometimes we get a strange opinion, like how these kids, they can think of this much, why we can't. So a lot of things inspires in the same way. Why others can do, why we cannot do, or how we can do. So lot of question arises in mind, but at the last we come with a very happy mood after visiting the exhibition. Most of the exhibitions I have participated and curated. Some of the exhibitions I curated also. arts in schools, and others with other team full of artists, like Mr. Sudeep Deshpande. He's also a curator and organizer. So I was also in the organizing team, creating a platform for different artists, newcomers, and everyone should be given a chance unless they can perform very well in the market and display their artworks.
Brilliantly said. And now I imagine that there are a lot of people who reach out to you and kind of ask like how they can get started into art or looking maybe to become artists themselves. What advice would you give to those people?
My advice would be don't be low. Think positive, have passion, and how they can, we have to discuss like how we can bring that up. As an initiative last year, I have made an arrangement in my workshop for all the artists to come in. That's absolutely free of cost, to do the demos or the art forms which I do normally as a self-taught, all of the experiment as an artist. So it was kept for a 10-day session in continuous. A lot of the artist friends, they came there and they got the opportunity to learn so much of things from me, as well as share their experience or their art forms with me also. So in general, like I am a person who create a demo classes or demo sessions for understanding the art. So two or three things happens. We meet a new person, we know them personally, we can have a good time having coffee and snacks, and also we learn the techniques. So basically what I provided all the colors, canvases and the brushes, and we spent a good quality time learning each other's skills. Yeah, this is the thing.
Brilliantly said. And just to conclude, I'd like to ask, is there any upcoming projects you're working on that you would be willing to share with us?
I have created a lot of sculptures, but until now I have not even did a workshop for others. So this year, maybe in 2 or 3 months or during the vacations of the schools, I would rather like to arrange a free demo session where I will register the number of participants, something like that. I would definitely like the people to select from my lot of scrap, to take some pieces, and we can discuss with them how to give a shape or form from that different pieces of art, and how that can be converted into a form. Like every day we inspire with birds, animals, plants, and whatever we see with ourselves or surrounding us. We meet people. Not only this, we have a lot of sculptures with human figures, a male and a lady, like as a couple. All of these are being displayed in Bahrain Financial Harbour. So the exhibition is till 6th of June. And for recent upcoming days, I would definitely like to arrange a workshop specifically to teach how to form a sculpture from metal scraps.
Very brilliant. I'm sure a lot of people will be looking forward to it, because I mean, I can see the work that you've done bringing these scraps of metal to life, and I'm blown away by how beautiful they are. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope we see you again so we can see even more of your incredible artwork. Yeah,
once again thanking you to welcoming to your studio. Had a wonderful time speaking to you, and it was my whole pleasure to talk to you, and maybe I am inspiration to other artists as well. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We have more coming up here on Bahrain Now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at what's going on beyond the studio in the following report.
The Ministry of Industry and Commerce launched the second edition of eCommerce Champion Overseas program in cooperation with Export Bahrain and the Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance, with the participation of a number of private entities. The program aims to support exports through e-commerce and contribute to the qualification and spread of companies and commercial institutions in this field. Also to enhancing the contribution of e-commerce to export and pushing institutions and companies toward digital transformation.
To be honest, it was a unique experience. I had the pleasure working with the participants. What was great about the program is their passion, to be honest. It was a two-ways learning. We've learned a lot from them as well. Our role was more towards mentoring them and providing them with our experiences in the market and speaking about how to have a sustainable business model, competitive advantage maybe, and to a certain extent speak about the experience of online or virtual businesses.
The experience was excellent. The entrepreneurs, they shared their experience with us, and they were so open with the questions and answers and market trends, and we applied whatever we learned there in our actual business. I learned a lot, marketing trends, what's happening in the market right now, and the export and import process in Bahrain.
The program witnessed 78 participants who represented 43 companies and institutions, elaborating that this program will provide specialized guidance seminars and will address the journey of leading companies in the field of e-commerce, challenges and obstacles and how to overcome them, and how to create a successful and effective online store.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for watching, and remember, you can always reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We love to hear from you. This was Khalid Hidris, and until next time, good night and God bless.